Hi, my name is Joel Skoghammar. I'm a software developer, hardware destroyer. Currently work on autonomous vehicles. Might seem like a bad combo. Fortunately, I only work on the software, so that's all right. And to be fair, I also destroy software. It's just a bit easier and cheaper to rebuild. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm also a volunteer for Stockholm Robotics Association, or Stockholm Robotförening, which I've been engaged with in 4 years approximately. And the last 2 years, I have been responsible for organizing Stockholm Robot Championship, which is a yearly competition, which brings about 35 contestants, 40 robots, and 1,500 visitors approximately during the day. And what we do is we build robots and compete with them till death. And first, I will show you a couple of clips on different competitions. First out is Folk Race, which is inspired by the Swedish ruining car stuff. Yeah.
Hey, people in the back, should we turn the lights off, or is it better with it on? Turn it off? Okay, cool. It's going to be a little bit dark, but you can maybe take the curtains off if you prefer. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Sorry for the interruption.
No problem. We got some technical difficulties anyways. There we go. Sorry. So what we see here is Folk Race, which is the competition is 4 vehicles at a time, and you try to get around this track as many laps as possible. It's not as hard, as easy as it might seem, because you don't control them by yourself. They do their job when you tell them to do so. There's no remote control at all. They are pre-programmed to find their way around the track. So that is very entertaining, both for the audience and the competition contestants. We also have Sumo, which is a bit quicker matches. This is highly competitive. And the matches are very quick. It's a bit more controlled than Folk Race, which is just mayhem. Yeah, and it's quite entertaining too. So, so what do we need to? Excuse me. What do we need for competing in these tournaments? We need software, we need hardware, and we combine those to create autonomy. As I said, you're not allowed to radio control your creations. You just press start, and they do what they're supposed to do. If you've done your homework, you will win. If you haven't, you will lose. Yep, and I will quickly go through the different competitions, and hopefully some of you will find them interesting and join us this autumn. First, Folk Race, which we saw, which often is based on repurposed RC cars, but once again, no radio control. You remove that and put in some electronics which you program. Yep. And here we see a couple of different creations. One on the left is custom built, and the one on the right is repurposed RC car. This year we will also introduce a new class, which is Folk Race 187, which is the same scale as Märklin train tracks, model train tracks, HO, for those of you who are who know what that is. And as you can see, they are very, very small. The size restrictions there will be something like 35 millimeters wide, 52 high, and 200 something long. We have many different classes of sumo. The one we saw earlier was mini sumo, which is the most popular because it's quite easy to build. It's not too big, so you don't need as much hardware to get them to work, and they're not so small that you need to be an expert to get them together, or a brain surgeon. The biggest one is has the restriction of 200 by 200 millimeters and weigh maximum of 3 kilograms. These play on a metal surface to be able to use magnets to get them to keep on the track, on the surface. Sorry. And the smallest one is 25 by 25 by 25 millimeters and 25 grams, which also is incredibly tiny and cute. I want at least 2. We also have line following, which is line following. You have a black line on a white surface, and you're supposed to follow that line around the track as fast as you can, one at a time. And I think this might be most interesting for most people here, which is freestyle, where you can build whatever you want. And we have a jury that judge your creations based upon innovation, technicalities, creativity. And on the left, we see a chess playing robot that I think won 3 years ago. Might have been, yeah. On the right, there's a self-balancing robot. We also had one that I unfortunately couldn't find any pictures of, which was called Picasso, which was also a team from KTH. It was a crawling robot that crawled on the wall and painted stuff. Awesome. Why do we do this? Well, it's challenging. It's fun. It's very satisfactory to see your creations come to life, as most of you probably know. To be able to change a line of code and lose instead of winning. It's amazing. Who? Well, there's no age limit. Everyone is welcome. We had this guy this year, 8 years, I think it was. He won his competition in Lego Sumo. He was the only contestant, but we don't need to speak about that loud. And there's also no knowledge limit. You can build something out of Lego, and you will probably have a lot of fun doing it, and use it as a stepping stone to build something else. How? Well, yeah, you decide. Lego, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, do a full vision system for Folk Race. Be my guest. I would love to see that. Depends on the class you want to compete in. Some has size restrictions, so it's hard to fit a Raspberry Pi, even if they're small. But yeah, you choose. Yeah, so thanks.
Okay, I'm Daniel Hrynczenko. I think a few of you have seen me before. A little closer? Okay, now you can hear me. So, my name is Daniel Hrynczenko. I think most of you might have seen me before. I'm a Linux Unix consultant, and then, well, maker, love to tinker with hardware. And I'm going to talk about competition that I want to add into this this coming autumn, which is a robot dance competition. And the idea is similar. The robots should be autonomous, so no strings attached. And we'll see if we have a background example. If you mute the sound. So this is an example of a dancing robot, but basically I would say anything that is a robot and can perform a dance goes. I got the idea when I was thinking of building a hexapod, and I found that there was robot dance competitions or hexapod dance competitions, and I'll show a slide of that later. Well, why? I would say that art and electronics are made for each other. Robots can dance. And, well, to get a wider interest in the competition, get more people inspired to build things, and a larger group of participants in the event. And how? Well, I would say the rules aren't completely set in stone yet, and they will be published on the Robot Championship webpage a little later this spring. But the robots will perform on stage in front of a jury. The robot should be autonomous, no remote control during the performance, and stand on its own feet or wheels. You will choose the song yourself, and they will be judged on technicalities, sense of rhythm or coordination, choreography, and artistic creativity. Well, more details will come on the webpage later on. And I'll show you this clip from Vienna a few years back, where they have the hexapod competition. We can put on sound on this one, I think. I think that works better. There. Okay, so that is an example, but I would say anything that fits within the rule set would work. And I hope to see a few participants at least this autumn. Yeah, so thanks.